Welcome dear students to module 3 of the subject cryptography. In this lecture we'll be learning about the advanced encryption standard. It is one of the types of symmetric cryptography. Let us start with the origin of AES. The Advanced Encryption Standard AES was published by the National Institute of Standards and Technology NIST in 2001. AES is a symmetric block cipher that is intended to replace DES as the approved standard for a wide range of applications. When we learned about the data encryption standard, that is DES, we have seen that it was in July 1998, the Electronic Frontier Foundation announced that it had broken the DES encryption. So AES is one of the alternatives for DES. This figure shows the overall structure of the AES encryption process. The cipher text takes a plain text size of 16 bytes or 128 bits. The key length can be 16, 24 or 32 bytes. The algorithm is referred to as AES 128, AES 192 or AES 256 depending on the key length. That is, for a key length of 16 bytes, it is called as AES 128. For a key length of 24 bytes, it is called as AES 192. And for a key length of 32, it is called as AES 256. The input to the encryption and decryption algorithm is a single 128-bit block. This block is depicted by a 4x4 matrix of bytes, which is also called as the input state. This block is copied into a state array, which is modified at each stage of encryption or decryption. After the final stage, the state is copied into an output matrix. These operations are depicted in this figure. Similarly, the key is depicted as a square matrix of bytes. Thus, this key is expanded into an array of key schedule words. Here you can see for round 0, round 1, round n-1 and round n. In this figure, you can see this is the input array, how the 128 bits are taken as a 4x4 matrix and it is copied into a state array. Then output, at every stage we get the state array and finally it is copied to the as a 4x4 matrix as to the output matrix. In this B figure, you can see how the key is also taken as a 4x4 matrix and each word is taken as a 4 bytes and total key schedule is 44 bytes. There are total of 10 plus 1 round. So each round you will have one key. Okay, one key is of 4 words. Therefore, we have 10 into 4, 40 and one extra round. So we have 44 words. Now in this table, we can see the AES parameters. So first we will see the key size. So key size is again, we can refer it as either as words or bytes or bits. Let us start with the bits. So if you have 128 bits or it is called as 16 bytes or it is 4 words. So 128 bits, if I convert into bytes, what I have to do? It is what? 8 bits is 1 byte, right? So if I divide 128 by 8, what do I get? I get it as 16 bytes. Now similarly, I want to convert into words, that is one word is equivalent to 32 bits. Therefore, we have 4 words. This is how you mention in terms of words, bytes and bits. So here if the key size is 128 bits, then the plain text block size is also 128 bits, and number of rounds is 10, and the round key size is also 128 bits, and expanded key size is 176 bits, or it is 44 words. Next, again remember, one word is equal to 32 bits. If we take the key size as 192 bits, then plain text size is the same. Okay, it is going to be 128 bits only. Number of rounds will increase to 12, and the key size will also increase. Expanded key size will be 52 words or 208 bytes here. And the round key size is same as the plain text, 128 bits. Coming to the next one, this is of 256 bits, the key size. Plain text size is the same, 128 bits, and the key size is the same as 128 bits, but the number of rounds is 14, and the expanded key size will be 240 bytes or 60 words. These are for different AES, that is AES 128, AES 192 and AES 256. Here, the first n-1 round consists of 4 distinct transformations. Here it is mentioned as 4 transformations. We will see that later in detail. So what are these 4 transformations? It is, one is the substitute bytes, shift rows, mix columns and add round key. The final round contains only 3 transformations. And there is, here you can see the initial transformation. This is a single round of add round key before the first round. Each transformation takes one or more 4x4 matrices as input and produces a 4x4 matrix as an output. See, here you can see the input is a 4x4 matrix, and after all n rounds of transformations, the final output is also a 4x4 matrix. Now in this, the right hand side, you can see the key expansion. So this key expansion also produces from round 0 to round n. So you have n plus 1 keys generated. So this is a 4x4 matrix key. This serves as an input to one of the inputs to the add round key in each of these rounds, n rounds. Now in this figure, we can see the AES structure in a more detailed manner, indicating the sequences of transformations in each round. See here, we spoke about the initial transformation where it is an add round key. So there, see, the key serves as one of the input to the add round key. One input is a plain text, which is a 4x4 matrix, and also here add round key, which is what it is called, 4 words. Okay, so that also are 128 bits. It serves as input to the add round key. Next is round 1. So in round 1, we have mentioned that there are 4 rounds. One is a substitute bytes, one is a shift row, one is a mix column, and the add round. So similarly, you have to go for n-1 rounds. We have all these 4 transformations. The last round, one transformation is missing. That is a mix column is not present. We have only 3 transformations: substitute bytes, shift rows and the add round key. Then finally we get the ciphertext. This is the encryption process. Before we learn in detail about each stage of the process involved in AES, we can make several comments about the overall AES structure. The DES as a Feasel structure, whereas AES is not a Feasel structure. In Feasel structure, we divide the plain text into 2 halves, and the route function is applied to one half, and later the 2 halves are swapped. But in AES, the processing is done on the entire data block as a single matrix during each round using substitution and permutation. The key is expanded into an array of 44 words or 32-bit 44 32-bit words. Four distinct words serve as a round key for each round. Next is four different stages are used, as we have already seen in the previous slide. What are these four rounds? One is the substitution byte, another one is the shift rows, next is a mix column, and the add round key. In substitute byte, it uses an S box to perform a byte to byte substitution of the blocks. Shift rows, it is a simple permutation. And a mix column, it is a substitution that makes use of arithmetic over the GF of 2 to the power 8, which we have learnt in module 1. Then add round key is a simple bitwise XOR of the current block with a portion of the expanded key. AES has a simple structure. Both encryption and decryption. The cipher begins with the add round key stage, followed by 9 rounds that each include all 4 rounds, followed by the 10th round, which has 3 stages. This also you have seen. And only add round key stage makes use of a key. Hence, the cipher begins and ends with the add round key. The add round key is a form of Vernon cipher and by itself would not be formidable. The other 3 stages together provide confusion, diffusion and nonlinearity, but by themselves will not provide any security because they do not use any key. We can view cipher as alternating operation of XOR encryption of a block followed by scrambling of the block followed by the XOR encryption, so on. So this scheme is both efficient and highly secure. Each stage is easily reversible. Now for substitute bytes, shift rows and mix column stages, an inverse function is used in the decryption algorithm. For the add round key stage, the inverse is achieved by XORing the same round key to the block. The decryption key algorithm makes use of the key in the reverse order. However, the decryption and encryption algorithms are not identical. Now we will learn about all the 4 stages in detail. So the first stage is a substitute bytes. So it is a simple lookup table. Okay, what we do over here, it uses one table of 16 cross 16 bytes containing a permutation of all 256 8-bit values. Each byte of a state is replaced by byte indexed by row, that is left 4 bits, and column right 4 bits. For example, now if it is 95, then 9 is taken as the row and 5 is taken as the column. Now how this 2a is got, that we have to see the S box table. We will see it later. Now S box is constructed using defined transformation of values in GF of 2 to the power 8, and it is designed to be resistant to all known attacks. See here, we can see this is a state array. So it is a 4 cross 4 matrix. So here we are taking the second row, second element. Now when you take the second row, second element, the first 4 bits are taken as the row and the next 4 bit is taken as the column. So here you can see this will be the value in this is a S box table which consists of 16 cross 16 values, that is 256 bit values are represented here. So then this S11 is replaced by this particular value. So similarly for all the 4 cross 4 matrix, all values, we do the S box substitution and we get the output. So this is also a state array. So we will see the S box table and we'll see how this substitution is done in the next slide. See here, we'll consider the substitute bytes example. A 4 cross 4 matrix is given here. This is the input to the substitute bytes stage, and this is the output of the substitute byte stage. This is called the state array. Okay, so here we will see CEA is replaced with 87. I will first consider only we'll just discuss about this first row, and we will see the S box table and how we get the first column over here. So EA is replaced by 87 and 83 is replaced by EC, 5C is replaced by 4A, F0 is replaced by 80C. Once you understand this first column, how we get the output in this first column in the state array, then you can similarly see for all the other columns of this S box. So let us see the S box now. See, this is the AES S box. No, now first we saw that first element in the first row was EA. So we have mentioned that the first 4 bits are taken as the row and the next 4 bit is taken as the column. So what was the first E and A we had? So E will be the row. So E row. See, this is the E row here, and A will be the column. So I have to see the E row and the corresponding A column. Where is the A column? See, this is the A column. Now I have to see what is the table entry in that particular row and column. So the table entry is 87. So EA was replaced with 87. So this we got. Now coming to the next element in that column, what we had 83. Now, so what we have to do, first 4 bit is 8 and the next 4 bit is 3. So coming to the third column, see what is the entry for 8 row and the third column, it is EC. We know that for 83 the entry was EC. So we got that. Next we will see the next element in that first column was 5C. So 5 is the row and what is the column? C. See here what we have, 4A. So this is what we had in the table. So we have 4A. And next we have F0. So F is the row and 0 is the column. So what we have, 8C. So all the 4 elements we know how we got. Similarly, you can try for remaining columns and rows as well. I hope this is clear how the substitution is done. Next is the shift row. How this shift rows is done? It is a circular byte shift in each row. So we have 4 rows. It is a 4 cross 4 matrix. So first row is unchanged. Second row we do 1 byte circular shift to the left. Third row we do 2 byte circular shift to the left. And fourth row we do the 3 byte circular shift to the left. In the decryption process, the shift is done in the opposite direction, that is using shift to the right. Now since state is processed by columns, this step permutes bytes between the columns. So here see, you can see this is a state array of the input. This is the input to the shift rows, and we have seen that first row is retained the same. There is no shift done to the first row. The second row, it is 1 bit shift, left shift. So 1 byte shift is done over here, and this, it is a left circular shift. So see here, S13 is shifted to the place of S12, S12 is shifted to S11, S11 is shifted to S10, and this S10 is shifted to S13. Then in the third row, the shift is a 2 byte shift. That is S23 is shifted to S21. S22 is shifted to S20. So on, S21 is shifted here and S20 is shifted to S22. This is the way the shifting is done. And the last row, it is the 3-byte shift. This is how the shifting is done. So example you can check over here. See, first row is 87, F2, 4D, 97. So after the shift row operation, the first row remains the same. 87, F2, 4D, 97. Next row EC, 6C, 4C, 90. So the first row you have 1-byte shift to the left side. So what happens? 90 is shifted to 4C, 4C is shifted to 6C, 6C is shifted to EC, and EC is shifted to 90's place. So this is how you obtain the output of the shift rows in the second row. Coming to the third row is 2-byte shift. So where is EC shifted? E7 shifted. E7 is shifted to C3 place, and 46 is shifted to 4A. 4A is shifted to 46 and C3 is shifted to E7. That is the third row. And the final fourth row, you have 3 shifts. So A6 is shifted to the place of 8C. Right. 95 is shifted to it is a left circular shift. So A6. Then comes the D8 is shifted to 95. Okay. And 8C is shifted to the D8 place. This is how the shift rows is done. So again, just recollecting the how the shifting is done. First row is retained as it is. Second row is 1-byte left circular shift. Third row is 2-byte circular shift, left circular shift, and the fourth row is 3-byte left circular shift. I hope this is clear. Next is the mixed column. In mixed column, each column is processed separately. Now here, see, this is a fixed column to which the state array has to be multiplied. It's a 4x4 column. So this is the state array. So how it is multiplied? This whole fixed column is multiplied with one single column, and it is the output is replaced with the that single column. Next, this whole 4x4 fixed matrix is multiplied with the second column, and you get the second column output. Then this again fixed 4x4 is matrix is multiplied with the third column, and we get the corresponding third column. Similarly, the fourth column is multiplied and we get the fourth column. So all of this is done on matrix multiplication is done on GF of 2 to the power 8 using the prime polynomial m of x is equal to x to the power 8 plus x to the power 4 plus x to the power 3 plus x plus 1. This is used and the mixed columns is done. See, the same thing, whatever I explained there is depicted over here. So this is the state array, that is input to the mixed column, and this is the output of the mixed column. So here the first column is taken and it is multiplied by this fixed 4x4 matrix, and we get the first column, and we get the first column. Then we take the second column multiplied with this fixed 4x4 matrix, we get the second column. We take the third column, multiply with this 4x4 matrix, and we get the third column. And the fourth column is taken, that is also multiplied by this fixed matrix, and we get the fourth column. Again, all of this is multiplication is done on GF of 2 to the power 8. We know the reduction polynomial also, the prime polynomial. So if it goes out of the field, we have to do the reduction using the polynomial given for 2 to the power 8. Let us see how the calculation is done in this mixed column. So in the previous slide we have seen that we multiply the state matrix with the constant fixed 4x4 matrix. So that is given by 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, and 3, 1, 1, 2. This is multiplied with this particular 4x4 state array. So state matrix. So I have to do into this above matrix. So I will write what you have done. So I write 2 into 87 plus, this plus is nothing but XOR bitwise XOR addition, 3 into 6e plus 1 into 46 plus 1 into A6. Now let us see how this is done. Remember, this is multiplication and addition, both are in Galois field 2 to the power 8. So polynomial what you have to consider is for 2 to the power 8 is x to the power 7 plus x to the power 6 plus x to the power 5 plus x to the power 4 plus x to the power 3 plus x power 2 plus x to the power 1 plus x to the power 0, that is 1. So this is the polynomial into consideration. And what is the irreducible polynomial m of x? That is given by x to the power 8 plus x to the power 4 plus x cube plus x plus 1. This is very much important, the irreducible polynomial. X to the power 8 plus x to the power 4 plus x cube plus x plus 1. So let us multiply the first term, 2 into 87. So how do we represent 2 in the polynomial arithmetic? So 0, 2. I will write the binary equivalent, that is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. Now let us represent this in the polynomial form. So here we have already seen what is a polynomial, that is x to the power 7 plus x to the power 6 plus x to the power 5 plus x to the power 4 plus x to the power 3 plus x to the power 2 plus x plus 1. So here this x to the power 7, this x to the power 6, 5, x to the power 4, x cube, x square, x, and this is x to the power 0. So I have only x, so 2 is represented as x. Next we will see 87. 87 in binary form is 1, 0, 0, 0 and 7 is 0, 1, 1, 1. So writing the polynomial for this is x to the power 7 plus this is 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 6, 5, 4 and here it is 3. So 2x square plus x plus 1. This is the way we represent 87. Now let us multiply x into x to the power 7 plus x square plus x plus 1. So we get this as x to the power 8 plus x cube plus x square plus x. Now this is going out of the field since we have x to the power 8. It should be within x to the power 7 and below the polynomial should have only the values up to x to the power 7, not beyond that. So now we have to divide it by the irreducible polynomial. So let us divide. So the irreducible polynomial is x to the power 8 plus x to the power 4 plus x cube plus x plus 1. So this x to the power 8 plus x cube plus x square plus x. So 1. Here what we get, x to the power 8 plus x to the power 4 plus x cube plus x plus 1. Now in mod 2 the addition and subtraction both are same. This is GF of 2 to the power 8. So here what do we get? We get x to the power 4 plus x square and plus 1. So now let us write the binary equivalent of this. So x to the power 7 is 0, x to the power 6 is 0, x to the power 5 is 0, x to the power 4 is 1, x cube is 0, x square is 1, x is to the power 1 is 0, x to the power 0 is 1. So this is the answer for 2 into 87. Now we will multiply the next term. So next term what we have to multiply is 0, 0, 3 into 6e. first let us see how to represent 0, 3. So 0, 3 in the binary form I can write it as 0, 0, 0, 0 and 0, 0, 1, 1. So now I have to write the polynomial equivalent of this. So polynomial equivalent will be x plus 1. And next is 6e representation. So first 6e in the binary form. So it is 0, 1, 1, 0 and e is represented as 1, 1, 1, 0. Now polynomial form of this is x to the power 6 plus x to the power 5 plus x cube plus x square plus x. Now we'll multiply. So x plus 1 into x to the power 6 plus x to the power 5 plus x cube plus x square plus x. So what do we get over here? We get this as x to the power 7 plus x to the power 6 plus x to the power 4 plus x cube plus x square plus x to the power 6 plus x to the power 5 plus x cube plus x square plus x. Now here after the addition, what we get here, x to the power 7. X to the power 6 plus x to the power 6 is 2x to the power 6, which will become 0. Then we have x cube and x cube, so that will also cancel out. X square and x square, that also will cancel out. So what will remain is x to the power 5 plus x to the power 4 plus x. So now the binary equivalent of this will be 1, 0, 1, 1 and 0, 0, 1, 0. So this is the result for 3 into 6e. Next step is the add round key. In add round, what we do is the XORing is done for the previous round output is taken as the state array and it is given as the input to the add round key, a 4 cross 4 matrix. So and here the column wise process is done. So the state, one column of the input state array is XORed with the one column of the round key. Again it is both are of 128 bits. Inverse for decryption is identical since XOR is own inverse with reversed keys. This is designed to be as simple as possible. It is a form of Vernam cipher on expanded key. The complexity of the round key expansion plus the complexity of the other stages of AES ensure security. So let us see in detail how this add round key is performed. So here you can see the state array. So this state array and this is the expanded key. These are 4 words. That is again this is a 4 cross 4 matrix, but each column is taken as a one word, that is 32 bytes. So first column of the state in this array or the matrix is XORed with the first word of the add round of the key over here. Then we get the output, the first column of the output array. Then the second column is taken, it is XORed with the second column and the output second column is obtained. Similarly, the third column is taken, XORed with the third word and we get the output. And the last column is XORed with the last word and we get the output. This is how add round key is done. Let us check the example. Now in this, let us see how the add round key is done. Here we take this column. Okay, this first column is taken. This first column is taken and it is XORed with the first column here. Similarly, second column with the second and third with the third and fourth with the fourth, and the resultant answers are written over here. So let us start with the first column. So first XOR addition it is. So 47 XORing with the AC. So how it is done? We will write the binary equivalent of 47. Binary equivalent of 47 is 0, 1, 0, 0 and 7 is 0, 1, 1, 1. And A is 1, 0, 1, 0 and C is 1 1 0 0. So when we do XOR, this is 1 1, this is 0 0 1 is 1 0 0 1 is 1 1 0 is 1 0 1 is 1. Okay, so what is the binary equivalent of this? This is 1110 is E and 1011 is EB. So we got this EB over here. So next we'll try one more. So 37 XOR 77. So what is 37 equivalent in binary? 0, 37 is 3 and 7 hexadecimal number. So we can write it as 0011 and 0111. And 77 is 0111 0111. So again doing the bitwise XOR addition, 11 is 0, 11 is 0, 0 and 0, 11 is 0, 0 and this is 1, 0. So what is the binary, the hexadecimal equivalent here? This is 4 and this is 0. So we got 4, 0. Similarly, you can try for the other as well and see how you are going to get the other values in the state matrix. This is how add round key is done. Here again we can see the explanation of the AES round pictorially. So first, see, this is a state. State in the sense the first initial input, output of any stage is we enter it in a state array. So that is a state over here. Then next stage, every round we have 4 stages. The first stage is a substitute byte. So here these are the S boxes. We have seen how the substitution bytes are done. We have a 16 cross 16 substitution boxes, and accordingly we substitute for each and every element of the 4 cross 4 matrix. So then we get the output. So again that is also represented in the state array. Now output of this, that is this state array, will be the input to the next stage, that is a shift rows. In shift row also we have seen how is the shift row done. Shift row we have done the first row there is no change, second row it is 1 left circular shift, third row it is 2 left circular shift, and the last final row is the 3 left circular shift. So again output of this is given as is entered in the state array, which forms the input to the next, that is a mix column. So in a mix column also we have seen how a standard 4 cross 4 matrix is there. So this state array is multiplied with that standard 4 cross 4 matrix and we obtain the output. Again here we use the GF of 2 to the power 8 modular arithmetic. Next, so again output of this mix column is taken as a state. Next is the add round key. So only in this particular stage we use the key. So there are keys are generated, expanded key is there, 128-bit key. At every round we have a different set of keys. So only nowhere else, not for substitution byte or shift rows or mix column we use the key. Key is used only for this add round key. In this add round key also we have seen how it works. So here the input state array is again is represented as a 4 cross 4 matrix. So the each column is XORed with the one word of the expanded key, and the output is corresponding output is obtained. And again this output is also stored as a state matrix over here. So this is the one round of AES. So what are the stages involved? Substitution byte, shift rows, mix columns, and the add round key. Again the same thing is depicted in a different way over here. So you can see here, see state matrix here. This is a state matrix, 4 cross state matrix in the beginning of the round. So this forms as input for the substitute bytes. So what is the S box? S box is a 16 cross 16 matrix here with 256 bits here. So output of the substitute bytes is again a state matrix. So this state matrix is again forms the input to the shift rows. After the shift rows again we get a state matrix. Then is a mix column. See, for the mix column we have, this is a standard mix column matrix which we multiply with the state matrix over here. Then output is obtained. This is a state matrix. then we give it to the add round key. So see here this is a round key. Only in this particular stage the round key is used, and we get the state matrix at end of the every round. Okay, so these are constant inputs. S box and this mixed column matrix are constant inputs, whereas a round key, every round the keys are different, it is not same. So this is inputs for the now this figure depicts the inputs for the single AES round. Now in the previous case, previously we have seen how the AES encryption process takes place, and we also have seen that the key is used only for add round stage. Now how this key expansion is done, let us see that. The AES key expansion algorithm takes a input a 4-word key and produces a linear array of 44 words or 52 words or 60 32-bit words. Now this is sufficient to provide a 4-word round key for the initial add round key stage and each of the 10 rounds out the cipher. Now the pseudocode we will see it later, but let me just explain how this is taking place. The key is copied into the first 4 words of the expanded key. The remainder of the expanded key is filled in 4 words at a time. Each added word depends on the immediately preceding word and the word 4 positions back. In 3 out of 4 cases, a simple XOR is used. For a word whose position in the array is a multiple of 4, a more complex function is used. Okay, so let us just check the. Now let us see in detail how the AES key expansion is taking place. Now we know that it is 128 bits of key, or it is we have 16 bytes, or it is we represent it in the term of 4 cross 4 matrix. This 4 bytes is called one word. Here this is one word, this is one word and one word. So these are 4 words. One column is taken as a word. So this is taken as W0, one word, and W1 is another word, W2 is another word, and W3 is another word. So this W0, W1, W2 and W3, this key is taken for the initial transformation round. That is, before we start with the encryption process, the input is given taken and there we do the add round key. So for that stage we take this key. We have a total, say for AES 128 we have a total of 10 rounds. So we need, in each round we need one set of key. So there will be a total of 10 keys, right? 10 keys in the sense each key has 4 words, so we'll have 40 words. But initially also we have one add round key, and we know that key is used only in the add round function stage. So that initial key is the initial one here, W0, W1, W2 and W. These 4 words are used. Now remaining 40 words, how they are generated is what is shown here. So you have a function G over here. Using this function G, then this XOR is performed over here and we get the new key. Now what is this G? That is explained in this particular uh, figure over here. See what does this G does over here. This see W0, W1, W2 and W3 is given as input, that is taken as W over here. So we write it as B0, B1, B2, B3. So here we do 1 byte left circular shift over here and we get the new words B1, B2, B3, B0. This is a new word we get over here by doing the left circular shift. After the left circular shift, we use a substitution box to obtain the new words over here, new bytes here, B1 dash, B2 dash, B3 dash and B0 dash. Now after the substitution box stage, whatever output we get, that here, that is 4 bytes we have, that is XORed with here. You check, this is the round constant RC of j, and the 3 bits are always 0, but this RC of j will change in each and every round. That is, we have 10 rounds, so in this 10 rounds RC of j is different for each and every round. Then we get the new word, that new word is W4. Then we get that new word by XORing with over here, okay, and this we get this W dash we get, that is W4, W5, W6 and W7 we get. Now what is this RC of j, how RC of j is obtained, we will see in detail now. Now previously we have seen the function g. In the function g we had a RC constant, right? RC of j. Here where we mentioned that for the RC of j is going to change, another 3 bits are going to remain 0. Now how this RC of j is going to change at every instant? Here RC of j, the new RC of j will be 2 into RC of j minus 1, that is the previous. Now there are 10 rounds of key generations. For all 10 rounds we have to generate a separate key. So in the first round, say that RC of j is 1. So for the second round, what happens? This is for the say second round. So second round. So second round it will be 2 into 0 1. So 2 into 0 1 again. This also it is in the form of a binary multiplication, 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 into 0 1. So this is going to remain the, so you are going to get it as 0 2, right, 1 into that. Then for the third round it is again 2 into, in the second round what is RC of j, that is a RC of j minus, means the second round it is 2. So what we will get over here, so how is 2 represented? Is represented 0 0 0 and 0 and 0 0 1 0, okay, into 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 0. This is represented as x and this is represented as x. So what do we get? We get it as x square. So what is the equivalent of x square in binary? It is 0 0 0 0 and 0 1 0 0. So what is this? We get this as 0 4. So this is how we get 0 4 for the third row. Next, coming to the next one. For the next one, it is the fourth round. So for fourth round, it is 2 into 0 4. So 0 4 we know it is x square. So 2 also we know it as x. So x into x square will be x cube. So x cube. So x cube here, how do you represent x cube? 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0. So how, what is the hexadecimal equivalent of this? 0 8. So this is for the fourth round. Now we will see for the fifth round. So for the fifth round it is 2 into the fourth round. Fourth round what we had? We had it as 0 8. So 2 is representation polynomial is x and for 8 it is x cube. So what do we get? This as x to the power 4. So x to the power 4, how it is represented? 0 0 0 1 and 4 zeros, right? What is hexadecimal equivalent? Here it is 1 and 0. Okay, so now we got for the fifth round it has 10. Coming to the sixth round. So for the sixth round again 2 into the previous is 10. So 10 we know how it is represented, x to the power 4. So 2 is x into x to the power 4. We get it as x to the power 5. So how we represent x to the power 5? 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 0. So what do we get? This we get it as 2 and 0. So now we got for the sixth round. Now for the seventh round, what is the RC constant? So it is again 2 into 20. So 2 is x and 20 is what? 20 is x to the power 5. So we get this as x to the power 6. So how we represent x to the power 6? It is 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 and 0. So this is what? This is 4 and 0. So we got 40 for the 7th round. 8th round. 8th round it is 2 into 40. So, you know how 40 is represented. It is x to the power 6. 2 is x. X into x to the power 6. So, it is x to the power 7. How is x to the power 7 represented? 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 and 0. So, what is this? This is 8, 0. So, for the 8th round, we got it as 8, 0. Okay. Now, we will see for the 9th and the 10th round. So, for the 9th round, now 2 into the previous, that is 8th round, it is 80. 80 we know it was 2 is x, 80 was x to the power 7. So we get x to the power 8 again. See, now this is going out of the field. So what we have to do? We have to use the irreducible polynomial. So what is irreducible polynomial? X to the power 8 plus x to the power 4 plus x cube plus x plus 1. So here it is x to the power 8. So 1. So I get x to the power 8 plus x to the power 4 plus x cube plus x plus 1. So what are the remainders? X to the power 4 plus x cube plus x plus 1. Now let us write the binary equivalent for this. So x to the power 8, 7 is 0, 5 is 0, x to the power 6 is 0, x to the power 5 is 0, x to the power 4 is 1, x cube is 1, x square is 0, x to the power 1 is 1, x to the power 0 is 1. So what is the equivalent? This is 1, and what is 1011? It is b. So this is how we got for the 9th round. For the 10th round, you can try how you are going to get the 36. So remember again, this also calculation is GF of 2 to the power 8. All AS calculation are based on GF of 2 to the power 8. Let us see the key expansion rationale. The expansion key algorithm was designed to be resistant to known cryptanalytic attacks. The inclusion of a round constant eliminates the symmetry or similarity between the ways in which round keys are generated in different rounds. The specific criteria that were used are, that is, knowledge of a part of the cipher key or round key does not enable calculation of many other round key bits. It is an invertible transformation, means knowledge of any nk consecutive words of the expanded key enables generation of the entire expanded key. It has speed on wide range of processors. The usage of round constants is done to eliminate symmetries. Diffusion of cipher key differences into the round keys, that is, each key bit affects many round key bits. Enough nonlinearity to prohibit the full determination of round key differences from cipher key differences only. Simplicity of description. So here an example for key expansion is shown. This you cannot do it in hand. Manual calculation is not possible, but at least just you can have a look at the example. This is directly taken from the textbook William Stallings. So you can see how the 44 words are generated from W0 to W43. The first initially whatever the key is taken, a W0, W1, W2, W3, this key is directly the same key whatever is being set, the initial key. Then here the algorithm, the G function is used and all the different keys are generated. And you can also see here, see auxiliary functions are also mentioned, the rotate word, substitute word, then the R constant. I have already shown you how we calculate the R constant at each and every stage. So that avoids the symmetricity in the keys. So here you can see the example for key expansion. See, here also you can see an encryption example. Again, manually it is not possible, but you can at least see what are the things what is done. See, in the first round, we know that only the add round key is there before the initial transformation. So, this is the input matrix, state matrix. Then you have add round key. Then from there, after that, next round onwards, you have the all the four rounds. And in the final round, what you don't have, we don't have the mixed column, but then all the other things are there. And add round, for the add round key, only here the key is used. No, all the other rounds, substitute bytes, shift rows and mixed column, we do not use any keys. Now let us come to the AES decryption process. Now as mentioned, the AES decryption cipher is not identical to the encryption cipher. That is, the sequence of transformations for decryption differs from that for encryption. Although the form of the key schedules for encryption and decryption is the same. This has a disadvantage that two separate software or firmware modules are needed for applications that require both encryption and decryption. There is, however, an equivalent version of the decryption algorithm that has the same structure as the encryption algorithm. The equivalent version has the same sequence of transformations as the encryption algorithm. To achieve this equivalence, a change in key schedule is needed. Two separate changes are needed to bring the decryption structure in line with the encryption structure. Now we have seen the encryption round. It has the structure substitution bytes, shift rows, mix columns and add round key. The standard decryption round has a structure inverse shift rows, inverse substitution bytes, add round key and inverse mix column. Thus, the first two stages of the decryption round need to be interchanged and the second two stages of the decryption round need to be interchanged. Now this is the AES decryption process. Initially, when we saw the decryption and encryption together, there the order was of first was inverse shift rows, then was inverse substitute bytes, then add round key, then the inverse mix column. But that would differ from the encryption process. So to make it the rounds to be same as the decryption process, encryption process, the rounds have been interchanged. So here first is interchanging of inverse shift rows and substitute bytes. Now inverse shift rows affects the sequence of bytes in state but does not alter byte contents and does not depend on byte contents to perform its transformation. Therefore, inverse substitute bytes affects the contents of bytes in state but does not alter byte sequence and does not depend on byte sequence to perform its transformation. Thus, these two operations can be interchanged. So here we interchange those two. Next is interchanging add round key and the inverse mix columns. The transformations add round key and inverse mix column do not alter the sequence of the bytes in state. If we view the key as a sequence of words, then both add round key and the inverse mix column operate on state one column at a time. These two operations are linear with respect to the column input. So we can interchange the add round key and inverse mix column provided that first we apply inverse mix column to the round key. So this is one extra round included over here. If this is done, then we can interchange. So now the order is the same as that of the encryption. That is inverse substitute bytes, inverse shift rows, inverse mix column and add round key. The only thing is first inverse mix column has to be done with the key. So this is the decryption process in for all the rounds. So 10 rounds of encryption, then we have 10 rounds of decryption process and finally we obtain the plain text. So this is about the AES encryption and decryption process. Now let us check the implementation aspects of AES. It can be efficiently implemented on 8-bit processor and typical for smart cards, and on 32-bit processors typical for PCs. AES can be implemented very efficiently on a 8-bit processor. Add round key is a byte-wise XOR operation. Shift rows is a simple byte shifting operation. Substitution bytes operates at the byte level and only requires a table of 256 bytes. And the transformation mix columns requires matrix multiplication in the field of GF of 2 to the power 8, which means that all operations are carried out on bytes. The implementation described previously was on only on 8-bit operations, but for 32-bit processors, a more efficient implementation can be achieved if the operations are defined on 32-bit words. So we have to redefine the steps to use 32-bit words and can pre-compute 4 tables of 256 words. Then each column in each round can be computed using 4 table lookups plus 4 XORs. Then plus a 4 kilobytes to store the table is sufficient. So designers believe this is very efficient implementation. This was the key factor in the selection as the AES cipher. Thank you.